Well, a lot of people use the traditional methods of digital marketing. Everybody's thinking, okay, let's up our Facebook spend, or let's up our Google spend, or whatever they're using to drive. And that's the way a lot of people are thinking. Now, while those are excellent ways to bring in the customers, what I've always done when I need a surge of customers, I go and use my Go Get Them program. Go out and get them. So in other words, if I'm in a retail center, or I'm in a retail or even an office space, I will go out and take coupons. I will take vouchers and give them a $100 voucher for one of my businesses, or I'll give them things of value, or I'll just go in and give them a basket of food or whatever, or I'll have someone else go do that for me, one of my employees. But we'll go visit those businesses around us and introduce ourselves. And not only do we want to help introduce ourselves and what we do in our business, but we want to know about their business. The biggest way I've ever had of building business and getting a surge of customers is using what I call strategic affiliates. In other words, getting other people to refer to me. And we do that by going out and greeting and shaking hands. That's the way we get business through the strategic affiliate business. If they don't have a system already in place, a blueprint to follow, a lot of times when people start their business, and that's why the success rate of starting a business on your own is so low, is because it's usually not systematized yet. You're trying to figure it out along the way, so you are making mistakes. So if you can model yourself after another business that's already been successful, that's similar to yours, then you can get some of those shortcuts. And one of the better ways of doing that is, of course, following a franchise company or starting with a franchise, because they've already figured out the problems. And so they can pass on the shortcuts to you so you can get there quicker with fewer mistakes. When you look at franchising across the board, 10.5% of the retail businesses in the United States are franchised, and yet they do 40% of the sales volume. So there's an uneven amount of sales that come in because it's a franchise. And they do that because of three reasons. Number one, because there's a brand name. Even if it's not that well known of a brand, brands still sell more so than unbranded programs. Number two is that there is a system in place. So those franchisees know what to do, typically more so than just a mom and pop type business or an unaffiliated type business. Franchisees know more what to do. And number three is they've got mentors and they got support. They have other franchisees they can go to when there's a situation. Hey, how did you handle this? And they can plug that into their business. So, and of course, the marketing and the power collectively together as a franchise allows that franchisee to bring in more business than not. And so those fees are more than compensated for by the additional business that's brought in because it is a franchise. Franchising appeals to some people because they think they have that dream of wanting to grow this across the country. And of course, if you get involved with a company that can take your company and franchise it, usually those experts already know how to do it and can plug you into their system. And that's what we've done over the years, of course. It's helped many franchise companies become franchise companies and then grow them across the country. And probably the one most important indicator that you can have in your business to consider being a franchise company is how often do you get the question, hey, is this a franchise? Or, hey, how can I help? How can I set one of these up like what you have here? That's a very sincere and nice compliment to get as a business owner. And if you're getting that question kind of often or frequently, then you may want to consider that maybe you do have something special that can be franchised and grown throughout the country or maybe even throughout the world. If I think about Massage Envy, when I first started out there, I remember the day I got the call from the founder of Massage Envy, and I had already helped other franchise companies grow, and I got this call from this guy, and he says, hey, I heard you could help me grow. And I says, well, what do you got? And he says, I have a massage company. And I'm thinking, massage? I don't know if I want to get involved with massage because it had that negative connotation to it, but he assured me, no, this is legitimate. And so as we dove into it, and I saw that they were doing the lower volumes, but I could see the potential in them, so we got involved with it, and we helped them grow. And of course, now they're about $1.5 billion per year company. I actually own 3 of their master franchises, built those up and sold those off, exited out of those successfully. And it's just one little more piece of the many that I've done over that has helped my family have a wonderful lifestyle over the years. When I first got into franchising and I saw the light and I saw how awesome it was, I didn't have the capital to invest. So what I did is I became an advisor. I started advising other people on how to set up their own franchises or get involved with franchising. And I had a great mentor. His name was Zig Ziglar, who helped back us up in what we were doing there. So I paid attention to my mentor, helped advise other people. And before you know it, I had enough capital saved up from doing those advising services that I was able to invest in my first master franchise with a group of people. So I was very excited about that. So if you don't have the funds, of course, there's a lot of different ways to go into. A lot of people are dipping into their home values right now. There's a lot of value in those homes. It's just sitting there doing nothing. Imagine taking $50,000, $100,000 out of your home in the form of a home equity line of credit, investing into a franchise, and now you're getting a bigger return on money that was just sitting there doing nothing, basically, right? 401k plans are also a great place to tap into. Parents, for younger people, parents wanting to see their kids succeed. I've seen kids, and nothing against going to the college, I think it's great, but what if you, instead of took all that money that was being paid for tuition and books and fees and all that college expense, and you just took that from your parents, if they're willing to do that. Some may or may not be willing to do that. But what if you took that money that you were going to go to college with and you invested it into a franchise and you got the education from the franchisor? I wish I would have done that. I would have been way ahead of the game. I wish I had that advice back when I was going to college. College was fun, but I could have been well ahead of the game. I would invite them to carefully consider the world of franchising, because most people are scared of it. They have not considered it. They think, oh, that's for the big time investors, or that's just for certain type of people, or that's just for the people who like food. But you know what? It's not all about food. It's about service. It's about any other types of things you can imagine. There are 7,000 franchise companies in the United States alone. So there's something for everybody. There's something that can fit to your passions and to your liking. So what I would suggest is get with a good franchise advisor or broker or coach. There's a lot of them around. And they can educate you. They can take you through the process and see how it would work for you and help you maybe find that right franchise, whether you're ready now or down the road. Start getting the education now. There's no reason to wait, because this is the most successful marketing strategy ever created. $2.3 trillion in sales goes through the world of franchising every year. You can have your small piece of that, and it doesn't take a lot of piece to make a lot of money.